Um, Jeff Bezos' wife divorced him, took half of his money. Um, Bill Gates' wife divorced him, took half of his money. So these rich ass people, there's a lot of other people out there that are rich as fuck that got all kind of money, and they can't even keep their wives happy
I don't know. I don't know how and why.
because money doesn't buy happiness, bro. So in
They just
order,
might not be simple people though.
so like I said, money doesn't buy happiness because if you can't keep your wife happy with money, there's something else that she wants. She doesn't want the money. She might want your time because you guys are already rich as fuck.
I mean,
You
she
get what I'm
obviously
saying?
wants the money if she took half of it.
Well, if you're gonna be married to somebody and you were with them for while they gained all that money, you're gonna be entitled to half of it, no matter what. So like with me and Vettel, right? We've been together for 14 years. When I first got with her, I didn't have really nothing, right? Everything that I've gotten with her. So she's entitled to half of my stuff. Everything that she's gotten with me. She's entitled to half of my stuff. If she had a house before she got with me, that's her house. If I had a house before I got with her, that's my house. You follow my drift? That's the way it works, Kishan.
I mean, yes,
That's the way it
yes
works.
and no,
No, that's the way it works. That's the way it works.
because
That's the way America works.
That's the way it works, little brother.
but look, so say y'all married through the courts and all that stuff, she can take your house.
Only if we got it together. If I bought this house before we got married, say this is my house, right? And she doesn't own this. She doesn't had nothing to do with it. I bought this by myself before we got married. She has no entitlement to that house ever, 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 unless I give her entitlement to that. And it works both ways. That's the way it works. Now everything since say we get married, right? And through the courts and everything from this point on, after we get married, everything that we accumulate together is both of ours. We would have to split that.
So you telling me there's no way that she can take this house?
No, she would not be able to take this house because it's not hers. I didn't get it with her. I got it before I was with her. So there's no invested interest there of hers. She can try, but she wouldn't get it. She can try, but she wouldn't get it. It would be a waste of money for her lawyers. We just had this conversation with my uncle. My uncle's an accountant. I'm not saying that he's the smartest person in the world, but I tend to take his word for it in this aspect because the conversation came up about this. And that's what he said because his wife, before they got married, she has a previous relationship, right? And she owned a house before that, and he owns a house as well. Both of them, they both had a house before the marriage. And if she were to divorce him, she can only keep her house that she has now because that's her house, right? And the house that they live in now together, that they both purchased together, she would split that with him. They would have to sell it or whatever, and they would split it, or she buys him out and gives him the money, and she takes off, or vice versa. But she would not be able to get his house, and he can't get her house unless he puts her name on it, unless she puts his name on it. So, like, say with me and Veronica, for instance, we bought this house together. Both of our names are on there. If we ever split up, we have to sell the house, and we split it either way, or she buys me out, or I buy her out. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. They're gonna split assets.
And this is with no prenup. This is just regular.
Yeah, no prenup, no prenup. You don't have to. So if I'm rich, if I'm already a multi-millionaire, I don't have to get a prenup. Do you understand? Now, say if I'm a multi-millionaire and everything after I married you, I would have to get a prenup for that. So check this out. Say you're just a regular girl working at Starbucks, right? And I drive through the fucking line. Oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Can I take you out to dinner? Well, however that works out. Take her out to dinner and I marry her. I have $10 million in the bank. That's my $10 million. She has no access to my $10 million. I don't care if we're married or not. That's just the way it works, right? But now all the money I've made after that, after we marry, say I'm still making millions of dollars every year, right? Obviously, I'm a millionaire. And everything after I marry her, now she would be entitled to that money. So say, look, I'm 35 years old now, right? Say if I'm worth $1 million, I get married today. Next year, I'm worth $2 million, right?
She's entitled to that one.
She's entitled to half of that $1 million if she wants to divorce me because she was married to me during that process. You know, and it works the same way if a woman is the breadwinner. If the woman is the breadwinner over the man, then the man is going to get half of it as well, and she's going to have to pay him alimony. So the one who makes the more money, I would assume, I think that's the one it is. The one who makes the more money is usually the one that pays alimony. So one of my buddies, he had to do the same thing. He divorced his wife. He caught her cheating, and that's pretty much what happened. He ended up having to pay alimony, and he caught her cheating. Ain't that fucked up? Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. But that's what it is because he made more money than her.
Yeah, see, this one I don't want to get married through the courts.
I don't know. There's pros and cons to it. You know, married couples, they have certain benefits that single couples don't have. You know, and that's where it needs to go back to, like, towards benefiting marriages to stay together instead of them separating. Because at the end of the day, especially if you have kids, it's only gonna benefit the kids. I mean, if it's a toxic relationship, no. I mean, obviously that ain't gonna help nobody, neither party. But if it's, you know, a healthy, clean relationship, there should be some type of incentives, you know, for people to want to stick it out and ride it out instead of, oh well, this guy from high school, he makes more money than my boyfriend and he likes me. Well, I'm gonna go with him now. You know, like that's some modern day age shit now. That's what happens nowadays. You know, especially with social media now. I can be with this girl forever and I can go through hard times, and homie's not going through hard times. He's making a lot of money and she sees that or he sees that. It could work both ways. It's not just singling women out. It could work both ways. And it could make you feel some type of way about your significant other, especially if this person's interacting with you and you guys are talking. Oh yeah, you're gonna want to leave your significant other. You know, you're not gonna want to stay around because why? You know, for me, it's beyond the money wise or beyond that. It's for the kids. It's the connection that you have with that person. If you're willing to work it out, that's what marriage is all about. It's not about leaving somebody when the times get rough. So when somebody leaves you when the times get rough, that's not a person you ever want around you. You know, like say, I mean, for instance, when Veronica had surgery and all that stuff, I mean, she couldn't even wipe her ass, man. You know, 'cause she couldn't because she was fucked up from her surgery, and I had to do it. You
That's
know,
what it's
so
about.
that's some people would have been like, nah, I'm gone. I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not wiping your ass. You know, and just imagine when we get older. You know, who's gonna be there to wipe your ass? I look at stuff like that. You know, like one day I might need it. You know, I might need somebody to wipe my ass. You know, so that's why it's important on who you pick your life partners, man. It's important on you vetting them on what their views are and on how you guys, like, I would say, mesh together, because not everybody aligns together. Like, they don't think the same at all.